Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. It is Saturday, September 30th, 2023. New location. I initially wanted to go to the Kaagbaan, but as I drove up there, the area where I normally park my car and also the access to the location I normally stand at were blocked off due to roadworks, I think. So I had to change course, and I was already playing for some time with an idea of standing at the north side of Polderbaan. So I took a gamble, drove to a different location, found a parking spot, and I'm now at the northern end of the Polderbaan. Same runway as where I'm normally standing, only way to the north, a little bit to the side. And yeah, it's arrivals. I thought we were going to do departures, but it's going to be another day of arrivals. The Emirates A380 is expected around 1 p.m. I'm planning to stick around at least until then. I also had a look and see if any Queens were expected, but they're all later. They're all expected to arrive later, unless of course some depart in between from, for instance, Frankfurt or Paris Charles de Gaulle. Good morning to everybody who tuned in already. Welcome. JD, goedemorgen. Leen, goedemorgen. Tiger, good morning. Goedemorgen. Valentijn, goedemorgen. Wendy, goedemorgen. Remco, goedemorgen. Felix, good morning. We're waiting for our first airplane to arrive. Let me stand up. I was crouching in front of the laptop. Jet Music, good morning. Kevin, good morning. Basil, good morning. Captain Adjutant Infantry Adibos, good evening. Aaron, goedemorgen. Good morning, Frank. So, let's have a look. We are expecting an A320 Neo. New scenery, have to get my bearings in, see where the airplane is. I think I have it. Well, at least visually I have it. Let me also have a look. Oh, there's a little tree sticking out, giving me my bearing. EasyJet A320 Neo arriving from London Gatwick. Flight time 38 minutes. Brand new airplane, i.e. less than a year old. First flight of this airplane was in December 2022. The sun is out. We have blue skies all over. Well, not all over. If you look to the southeast, there is a bit of cloudiness in the distance, and also looking to the south, definitely some cloudiness. So we're closer to the runway than normal, because this is the cycling path going back to the Spottersplaats, the official Spottersplaats. So we are closer to the runway when you measure perpendicularly. So the footage should be comparable to what you see when standing at Kaagbaan and arrivals are taking place on Kaagbaan. It is a bit unfortunate that the sun is still so low above the horizon, causing backlight, but and this is already the most zoomed in I can with my camera with optical zoom. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the chat or leave a comment below the video. Is this a location worth repeating? You guys tell me. Kumi, good morning. Peter, goedemorgen. Tina, good morning. Jinshin, you're in time. Good to see you again. Hope all is well. Jackie, goedemorgen. Blackburst, good morning. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Lars, Leo, goedemorgen. Giradial, good evening. Tuning in from Perth. Anonymous, goedemorgen. Mrs. Professor, good morning. Definitely better weather today than we had yesterday. More or less, no clouds. This is looking to the south. This is looking to the west. Southeast, a little bit of cloudiness. This is east, or at least I think it is east. This is north. Right, the next airplane coming in, British Airways flight 430, Airbus A319, arriving from London Heathrow, flight time 37 minutes. 23-year-old airplane, first flight was in April 2000. And we have number 175 arriving from the right. It is still, I'm looking visually if I can see it already. According to flight radar, it should be close by. And indeed, Frank, almost on the threshold of 1.8 right. Butt angle, indeed, me myself. Hey Pyro team, good morning, goedemorgen. What's up Fadi or Fadi? Paul, good morning. Alright, thanks Paul for the feedback. Paul already says, love the new location. You guys let me know what you think. Hey Koen, goedemorgen. Good to see you again, buddy. At the moment, Polderbaan, this runway is the only runway used for arrivals, but I'm expecting Center to be used as a secondary runway later in the morning. Alright, we've got a few heavies coming. There's an Embraer 175 coming first, but then two triples, by the looks of it. Let me see if we can also see the stack, the glide slope stack. I see two at least, so that is good. Will we be able to see the third one as well? Well, no, the third one is very far north. It's probably out of visual range. And the glide slope, opposite angle. Not from bottom top left to bottom right, but from bottom left to top right. Hey there Thomas, good morning. And this new location I'm talking about is where I'm standing at today and filming from for the first time. Chin Chun Lo, good morning. Mario, guten Morgen. Hey there Francis, good morning. And that's a good remark there, Francis. Departures would look very dramatic. Although, based on my experience with standing at runway 24 for departures, I think a lot of the airplanes will already be very high up passing by. Maybe if you go a bit more to the south, well, it's worth a try. It's definitely worth a try in the future sometime. The thing is, we've been having wind from the south for a while now. It's been a while since this runway was used for departures for a prolonged period of time. Yesterday, due to the wind changing temporarily, it was used for a few hours for departures in the afternoon, I saw, but other than that, most of the time. Right, let's have a look and listen. Air Canada flight 808 arriving from Toronto, 777. David, good morning. Maxine, goedemorgen. Arjan, goedemorgen. Dit is het noordelijke puntje van de polderbaan, de northern point. So the cycling path I normally stand along runs over here. And this is looking at the works that normally are further up road, now further down road. So you could almost see if other spotters are present from over here. Right, let's turn around the camera, more heavies. KLM flight 592 arriving from Johannesburg, 777-300. Hey there Dale, good morning. Tiger says, I don't think the new location is bad and there's a chance for ducks. Absolutely. I'm not sure how many there are in this part of the pond. Whoa, wait a minute, I do see one already. Speaking of ducks, not in sharp focus because I have my focus set to manual and at infinity, which is best for following the airplanes. Definitely louder than before, JD says. Hey Marnix, goedemorgen. Thank you for your compliment. Appreciate it, you know I do my best. Right, Air Canada flight 900 coming in next. Boeing 7878 arriving from Montreal. 6 hours of flight time. The airplane is 8 years old. First flight December 2014. Anyway, goedemorgen. Remco says, I like this spot, great views and great sounds. Good to hear. Sounds like this one is a keeper. Rino, goedemorgen. Alles lekker? Hey Sam, good morning. Or is that not your name? I do know a few Cyrillic symbols, but I'm not fluent in Russian unfortunately. But welcome nonetheless. 68 Twig, good morning. Good to see everybody. Hope everybody is doing well. The weekend has begun for most people. Alright, let's have a look. 737. There's an Embraer 175 behind it. Where is it? Oh wait, there's... Okay, so this is how the glide slope, what the glide slope looks like. 3 airplanes in view, but you have to look in the bottom left corner now from this location. Right, 737-800 coming up. Embraer 175 after that. And the infamous A320neo from SAS arriving from Oslo. Hey Rosa, goedemorgen. Rino says, beautiful place. Watch some airplanes before playing soccer. Excellent. And Ria, I have Flight Radar open. And I also have a subscription that allows me to see the age of the airplane. So on my phone I have a split screen. On the top half I have Flight Radar open. So each time I press on the labels that I have visible for all the details, and in the bottom part of my screen I have the live chat. So I can see what you guys are writing if I'm not too consumed with filming. Embraer 175 arriving from Berlin. KLM flight 1822. Flight time 1 hour and 7 minutes. 6-year-old airplane. First flight July 2017. Hey Liewe, goedemorgen kerel. Hoe is het? Kobi en Jan, goedemorgen. Hey Rick, goedemorgen. Little wobbly. Now, according to the meter, we have 4 knot variable wind. Although the guy who told me about the LCD hood for the camera a few weeks ago just passed by on the scooter, sounding the horn. Everybody instantly recognizes me when I'm standing here with my setup. Got my table here, got my cards with me. So there's only one person so far at Schiphol who has all that gear with him. One nut, that would be yours truly. A320neo, SAS, arriving from Oslo. Hey there Catherine, Malcolm, good morning. And no, Reno did not start earlier. Normally I would start earlier, in fact. I started late. Normally I would start around 9:30 to 9:45. But I had to drive an additional bit and I had to walk a bit further. Got another A320neo coming up from EasyJet, arriving from Jersey. And we have a Dreamliner 10 arriving from New York JFK after that. And also thank you so much, Catherine, for just becoming a member of the Aurora Sky Lounge. Thank you for your support. Welcome to the club. Hope you enjoy. And all other viewers, if you're liking what you're seeing, give the stream a like. And if you want to keep updated about upcoming streams, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Up next, we have a Dreamliner 10 arriving from New York JFK KLM flight 644. Has been flying for 6 hours and 5 minutes. The airplane is 3 years old. First flight was in May 2020. Xenon Avik, good morning. GHXSTY, good morning. Martin, goedemorgen kerel. Willem FS, goedemorgen. Good to see everybody. Hope everybody is doing alright. There's also some contrails in the sky. I'm not sure if you guys can see them. Yeah, they should be somewhere over there. Got a twin engine flying from northwest to southeast, more west to east, and northeast of me. Right. Got another 2 triples coming after this airplane by the looks of it. A321neo Air Transat coming up first. And oh yeah, there it is in the bottom of the screen. It overshot the glide slope a little bit, it seems like. Coming in from the right, United Airlines flight 968, arriving from San Francisco. And further to the north, and from the other side we should, but not yet, see another 777 arriving from Cape Town. First up, A321neo Air Transat arriving from Toronto. Flight time 6 hours and 51 minutes, and the airplane 2 years old. Had its first flight in October of the year 2020. See the vortices emanating from the tips of the flaps. And I'm also hearing, maybe, I'm not sure if you guys are hearing it, the sound of the wake turbulence. Alright, let's have a look. Trying to see where that second triple is in the distance, but I'm not seeing it yet. Zooming out a little bit. I think it is still too far north to be captured in the same shot. So let's focus on this one. This is United Airlines flight 968. It is a 777-200 arriving from San Francisco, flying now for 9 hours and 15 minutes. The 777-200ER, 24 years old. November 1998 is when it began flying. And good morning, LXRS. Michel, good morning. Mol, goedemorgen. Indeed, topweertje. This is indeed Polderbaan Willem, standing at the northern threshold. Mrs. Professor says this new location is fantastic. I'm glad you like it. Happy to hear. So, this is a location where parking is a bit more challenging. Either that or you have to go to the standard parking place and walk an additional 10 minutes or so, I think. I think this is the 747 that somebody mentioned in the chat just now. I did see the message, but (747) on its way to Frankfurt. And this is a 777 underway to Amsterdam. KLM 5598 arriving from Cape Town, South Africa. A little bit of a tongue breaker. Flight time 11 hours 8 minutes. 777-300 ER, 7 years old. First flight February 2016. Hey there, Aldebaran Orbit, good morning, thank you for the kind words. I'm using a Canon XA40, and if you want to see pictures of the setup and also the rest of what I'm using, have a look in the community section and a list of my gear. The important bits I have mentioned in the About section of my channel page. Joppie joppie, goedemorgen. Indeed, Frank, plenty room here for a permanent building to get cover from the wind and maybe also have a few power outlets. That would help. Got one twin jet flying immediately over. I was about to show you guys a flock of birds that was flying west of me, but saw this instead. Twin jet passing a little bit south of me, now east of me, and mostly flying west to east. So this is hopefully a familiar sight. Airplanes vacating the runway area. You can see the ATC control tower in the distance. The firefighters I already saw, they did their round already as I was walking up here. Of course, being a bit later than normal. They were nicely on time I should say. Hey there Sarah, good morning. And thanks for the feedback, glad you're loving the new location. We're waiting for some more traffic. There's an E2 Embraer 195 arriving from Geneva, flying downwind. Let me see if maybe I can capture it. And also, let me quickly raise the power cord of my camera, which was lying on the ground. I think I could possibly trip over it if I'm not careful. Alright, now let's have a look. Got two little, are those cumulonimbus clouds or cumulus clouds? Now, I'm looking to see if I can visually spot that E2. Where is it? Just north of IJmuiden, now flying base. Not sure if the trees in the foreground are in the way. It is flying relatively low. I think I have it. Now let me see if I can also show you where it is. It is just above the tree line. There it is. Let me also quickly go back to manual focus so that the camera doesn't start focus dancing. So this is our next airplane, E2 Embraer 195, arriving from Geneva, flying base, turning final. Evan, what is up, my man? Sander, goedemorgen. Good to see you again, my buddy. That's not good. My friend or buddy. I do this in Dutch as well. Mixing phrases. It's not unique to my English. I have that same tendency in Dutch. The sound you might be hearing is an A220 going to Tallinn from Air Baltic. And behind this E2, from the other side, we should also maybe be able to see Croatia Airlines arriving from Zagreb, which is also finding its way to the glide slope, probably a bit lower. Yeah, there it is in the bottom of the screen. Right, so this is the northern threshold of the Polderbaan. For those of you tuning in just now and wondering, we have the approach lights over here. Got a little bit of water over here, but when you measure perpendicularly, we are closer to the runway than we would normally be, because we would normally be in the grass on that side of the water, only a bit more downstream, so to speak. So we are, I think, maybe a third closer, and also just north of the northern threshold, but not immediately under the approach lights. My second stream was at twilight. Most of you probably have never seen it, but it is still in my archive, and I was standing at the fence over there. But that is too close. If you're standing immediately under the lights, then it's good for photography, but not for filming, because you have to keep following the airplane. And that is easier when you are a little bit further to the side. Whistling sound, you also hear that. I'm not sure if we are going to see A220s later, but if you listen when they pass by for landing, you also hear the same whistle. I think it has to do with the geared turbofan engines that are equipped on them. That's just a theory of mine. Enrico, goedemorgen. Jij ook een mooie dag. Thank you. Paul, goedemorgen. Jan-Willem, goedemorgen. New location, indeed. Jatin, good morning. Alrighty. Let's have a look. Croatia Airlines A319 arriving from Zagreb up next. Hey, Austrian Wolf, guten Morgen. Servus. Good to see you. Schön, dass du auch wieder dabei bist. Temp account asks, will you catch flight CD7379? Can you give me a few more details? And I don't know, Frank, can it be that you hear the brake fan already spooling up? It is something that I've noticed the whistle only on the E2 Embraer 195 and on the A220. So the only thing I think these two have in common, unless they also share traits of the landing gear together, would be the engines that are not identical but of the same family. Anyway, KLM flight 984 Embraer 190 arriving from London City. Flight time 39 minutes. 14-year-old airplane. First flight July 2009. Right, so bird control also comes over here. This is around the northern threshold, so they really come close by. Right, let's have a look. Wietse is warning us that there is a 777 cargo coming from Emirates. I think I see it already, it is number 2. And number 1 is an A319 EasyJet coming in from Copenhagen. Flight time 1 hour and 2 minutes. 17 years old. First flight May 2006. Right, let's have a look. TNC, good morning, good to see you. Doing well on this bright sunny day, absolutely. And we're going to be in for an audio treat. 777 freighter arriving from Aguadilla, Emirates Sky Cargo, flight 9914, flight time 7 hours and 40 minutes. The airplane is 8 years old. First flight October 2014. Nice, Enrico. So you helped construct this in 2002. That is awesome. And indeed, beautiful sound of the GE90s. So ordinarily I would be sitting or standing a little bit more downstream. You can see some people here and there. Let's have another look. Got an A320 from Frankfurt from Lufthansa. Arriving from Frankfurt, coming next. There we go. A350 will most likely be number 3. Also nice to see how that is going to sound from up close. First up, A320, and after that, a 737-800. This is a Lufthansa A320 in the Star Alliance livery. Alright. Jordan says, really like the new location, good to hear. Let me know what you guys think of the new location. So far I've heard positive feedback. Do also let me know if you don't like it. Might also be worth giving it a try when, if some point the wind turns northerly again, and this runway will be used for departures. Right, next up, KLM Flight 1002, arriving from London Heathrow, 737-800. I'm checking if I already see the A350 that is behind it, but I don't see it over here. Still flying base. Let me see if we might be able to catch it after the landing of this airplane. Right. I spy with my little eye something turning onto the glide slope. Airbus A350, Delta Airlines Flight 74, the daily flight from Atlanta, Georgia. It is underway now for 7 hours and 37 minutes. 5-year-old airplane, first flight March 2018. Johan, goedemorgen. It is the northern threshold of 1-8 right, the Polderbaan, where we are standing today. TNC says, really like the new location, awesome sound, happy to hear. Was playing with the idea of going here for a while now. Initially I tried going to runway 24 for departures, but unfortunately the area where I normally park my car in has been closed off because of roadworks, I think it is. Also the location, the grass field where I'm normally standing at over there, inaccessible for pedestrians, cyclists. And I also saw a police car patrolling around, so they are checking that nobody perpetrates and enters that area. I think it was until October 30th. But at least we have a new location, it seems like, where we can stand at. Thanks for the kind words, Common Man and Emilius. Yeah, Lane, I'm not sure. I think you can have a good look at the airplane rotating from this point. Not sure. I think a lot of the narrow bodies will already be very high, and well, I think they will be already very high once they pass over here. But I do think you have a good shot of the rotation. But I think it will probably be similar to what it looks like when departures take place from runway 06 and you stand at the end of that runway. In that respect, this location is quite similar to the location at Kaarbaan, at the threshold, a little bit to the side. Hey Jan Kees, goedemorgen. Thank you for the feedback, Alain, or Alain, probably Alain. Probably the French pronunciation. Green Tea God, goedemorgen. Hey there, John. Thank you for the kind words and welcome. Good to see you again. Right, it's busy in the sky. Got a couple of contrails and also traffic going to center once again. So it seems that I have to update the ticker. In fact, maybe that's a good idea to do right now. Since there is no immediate traffic coming to the Polderbaan. So it has opened up runway center. And, oh wow. Thank you so much, Catherine, for gifting 5 AMS Live memberships. That is very kind of you and very much appreciated. Thank you so much and welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, all new viewers. All new members, I should say. All right. Evan, thanks for your feedback. Who says, I do love the new location, boy. Happy to hear that. And Sydney Cuevas at 34L. Good morning. Tuning in from West Coast, USA. Now, West Coast is very broad. Are you tuning in from Oregon or California? Me, myself asks, do you see Martin Air 747 after takeoff? Let me see, is it going to take off? Let me have a look on flight radar. Not seeing any 747s right now. So that's a difficult question for me to answer. Paul asks, no ducks. Well, we did have one duck over there at some point. Right now, I don't see any. Or no, that is not a duck. Well, we cannot see around the corner from over here. Over here, this end of the water, as you can see, it is as flat as a mirror. At the moment, there are no birds in it. Not sure if that is common or maybe just the exception to the rule, normally teeming with ducks over here. It does sometimes take a while for them to wake up and get active, it seems like. Now, waiting for new traffic to the Polderbaan. Oh wow, Catherine is at it. Thank you so much for gifting another AMS Live membership. That's really above and beyond. Thank you so much. And Anonymous, welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge. Boy as duly, but not as truly as bird doth sing on bough. Is that a poem? I'm not very much into poetry, so if that is a reference to a well-known poem, I'm missing the reference, unfortunately. And Sam, I have no idea if we are going to see the new MAX 9. Depends on where it's coming from and what time it is expected to land. I don't know that by heart, so if it is going to be before the arrival of the A380 and if it is coming from a destination west of the Netherlands, it is very likely that we are going to see it. If it arrives later in the afternoon or if it is coming in from the east, then there is a good chance that we are not going to see it in this stream at least. Hey Han, goedemorgen. And Han says he prefers the other location. Tim asks where I'm located. I'm standing at the northern threshold of 18 right or 36 left, whatever you want to call it. Today it is 18 right. Alright, so the MAX is coming in from Seattle. That is definitely a candidate for this runway then. Also a candidate for this runway is an A319. That is coming in from Edinburgh. Okay, it is expected around 11:10. Okay, well in that case we're probably going to see it. Unless they temporarily close the Polderbaan for maintenance or something. Ah, thanks for the explanation, Bina. I missed the reference. I already thought you were referring to something that probably is known to some people. This is EasyJet flight 27854 arriving from Edinburgh. Flight time 57 minutes. 14-year-old airplane. First flight September 2009. Looking at flight radar, seems that there is a banana incoming. Next airplane to arrive, A300-600 arriving from Madrid. And I saw another gifted AMS Live membership from Catherine. Thank you so much. That is really above and beyond. Thank you so much for that. Tim, welcome. I see that you were gifted the membership. And I also... Oh, and Kobe and Jan also prefer the other location. Also a big thank you to Tiger74 who gifted 5 AMS Live memberships. Thank you so much, Tiger74. Again, a very nice gesture from you as well. And welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, those 5 people who were gifted the memberships. And JD, thank you so much. You too, also gifting 5 AMS Live memberships. You guys, this is really insane. Thank you all so much. And JD, thank you in particular for gifting 5 memberships. Welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, all new members who were gifted memberships. Mats asks where this new location is at. This is the northern threshold of runway 18 right. So normally I would be standing a little bit more downstream along the cycling path, which is over there. And this is all the way to the north. And the water makes a little curve. The grass comes a bit more to this side, and this is where I'm standing. So really close to the approach lights of the runway, where we can see the airplanes up close and also hear them differently, and I think also a bit more spectacularly than standing a bit further down. This is an A300-600 from DHL, a banana. Hey there, Sponge. Good to see you. Alessia, good morning. Speaking for myself, I'm doing very well. It's the last day of September. I'm standing here in my t-shirt. I do have jeans on, but standing in my t-shirt on the last day of September, who would have thought? Very nice. Now, KLM Aero Club, good morning. Marianne, good morning, goedemorgen. Piotr, good morning. If I forgot someone, please accept my apologies. Hope everybody is enjoying the content today. New location, thought I'd give it a try. So far the vast majority of you guys have said you like the new location. It looks like one to keep in the roster every now and then. A320neo arriving from Geneva. Photobombed by K1. And that's a good question, Maxine. What will it be like if there are heavy crosswinds? Definitely worth figuring out. KLM Aero Club asks what location is it? It is the northern threshold of the Polderbaan. If you look closely, you can see the ATC tower of the Polderbaan in the distance with the fire station. The taxi route to the main platform area over there. And I think the trees are obscuring the view of the Schiphol control tower, the main tower. It's probably behind the trees over there. Alright. I'm also getting a notification from PayPal. Got a donation from Evan. Thank you so much for that, Evan. Really appreciate it. Good to see you again on the stream. It's always a bit challenging finding the right time. JetBlue arriving from Boston. Right. The number 175 up next, KLM Flight 1516 arriving from Norwich. And there is a bit more cloud formation. We had two small clouds, but they seem to have grown into a bit bigger. Some bigger clouds. Two airplanes coming up. The Embraer 175 being the first. Short flight, 29 minutes. Norwich, of course, as the crow flies, pretty nearby. 6-year-old airplane, first flight February 2017. Oh, and there's a 777 coming to center, unfortunately. Arriving from China. And a 777 going to China. Passing us by over here. Oh my word. Again, Catherine, thank you so much for gifting another membership. It's almost reminding me of a different Catherine that we had on the show until recently. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Really. That is above and beyond. Thank you so much, Catherine. And Renee, welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge. Let's have a look. By the way, that was not a Catherine, but a Kathleen. Transavia 737-800 arriving from Nice, which is nice. Oh, Catherine, I'm getting a little bit embarrassed here. Thank you so much, but really, you've donated more than enough already. Thank you so much for your super chat for a coffee. Well, I think that with the prices these days, that should about cover the cup of coffee. That can be expensive depending on where you go for a cup of coffee. Probably also in a lot of other countries the same. And JD, thank you so much. You guys, this is really, I don't know why you're doing all this. I appreciate it, I really do. I feel a bit embarrassed for getting so much donations from you guys. This is a really above and beyond. I don't know what to say. Thank you all so much. We have two airplanes visible in the distance, ladies and gentlemen. An A320neo from Air Malta coming first and a Dreamliner arriving from Cartagena second. Air Malta flight 394 arriving from Malta. A320neo, flight time 3 hours exactly. That's probably been wondering, is it precisely or exactly? It's precise, precisely 3 hours. And when something is correct, you say exactly. But can you also say exactly for the time? Just wondering, or should I say precisely? English native speakers, please help me fine-tune my command of the English language. Can you say a flight time of precisely 3 hours? Should you say exactly 3 hours or precisely 3 hours, or can you do both? Is both good? Hey Grace Kelly, good morning, good to see you again. Greetings from paradise. That sounds very much, now you're making us all jealous where paradise might be. How can we get there? Alright, Bina says exact means the correct value. Precise means refers to repeatability of range of error. Okay, so in that case, KLM flight 747, 7879 Dreamliner arriving from Cartagena. Oh wow. I have to go back to the laptop. Tiger 74 gifting another 5 AMS live memberships. Thank you so much for that, Tiger 74. So much appreciated. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge to all new AMS live members. How many have we gotten today? 30 or so? Incredible. Still getting my bearings. It's a bit, there is this one tree that protrudes a little bit that I use as an anchor, a visual anchor, so that I know where I can zoom in the camera. That's handy. Standing at the other location more to the south, I don't have any cues that I can use. So this is helpful. Two airplanes coming up next. First up, a 737-800 arriving from Paris Charles de Gaulle. KLM flight 1228. Behind it, another 7879 Dreamliner arriving from Las Vegas. You guys are distracting me from filming, having to go to the laptop each time to highlight the messages. Oh, we'll go. Wow. First of all, Ewald, thank you so much for your super chat, saying thanks boy for your time. Thank you, Ewald, for tuning in and liking the stuff that I'm doing, and all you guys who are enjoying it, thank you so much. And again, a big thank you to Catherine Green. Another 5 AMS Live memberships gifted. It is incredible. This is above and beyond. And really, Catherine, I think you've done your share more. You've went above and beyond. Thank you so much. I'm feeling a little bit embarrassed by it. Please don't spend any money that you cannot afford spending. And Gisela, also thank you so much for your super sticker. Shiba Dog saying good job while raising his thumb up. At least film the last few meters of the 7879 Dreamliner. I have to say, from this point of view, you do nicely see how when the spoilers go up, the flex goes out of the wings. Milo Games, good morning. Mitchell, good morning. Checking in from Portland International Airport ground crew. Awesome. Nice to have people from PDX, more people from PDX. Dirk, good morning. Tuning in from Köln. And I don't know, Han, you tell me. I know nothing of any contests being issued. I'm flabbergasted, and I really. Doesn't happen quickly, but I'm beginning to get a bit speechless from it. So much donations. Ladies and gentlemen, this is ITA Airways Flight 120, Airbus A320 arriving from Milan. Beautiful Azzurro. Yesterday evening, was watching TV, happened to see how the Azzurri had to rugby against the All Blacks from New Zealand. Those poor Italians, they got crushed. Temp account says, I think this location is more difficult to spot wheelies. That is definitely a downside of this location, absolutely. Now, Preacher, thank you so much for becoming a member of the Aurora Sky Lounge. Welcome and thank you for your support. And also a very good morning to Mr. Donnelly. Jerry, good morning. Thank you so much for your super chat, man. Good to see you again. Hope all is well. Saying nice views. Another Portland, Oregon person in the chat. And Jerry, also, thank you for just becoming a member. Welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, mate. That is awesome. I'm surprised, weren't you already a member? Surely you must have been. Embraer 190 arriving from Southampton. KLM flight 916. Now, talking about wheelies. Yeah, I think you can still see it if a wheelie occurs. It's just that you cannot see just how long the wheelie is, because you only will see that the nose gear is raised from the ground. Ah, Jerry had to renew. You're the first yellow one. Thank you so much, Jerry, for your ongoing support. The first yellow member, it is Jerry Donnelly. Yorkshire biker, Paul, good morning, mate. Now, when the sun is no longer shining, it is starting to get a little bit cold. So let me just put on my jacket for comfort. Paul Canavan, thank you so much. I get a PayPal notification from you having donated a very generous donation. Thank you so much, Paul. I hope you're watching. Hope you're listening in. Thank you so much, a big thank you for that. It's so busy. I'm so busy responding to messages of donations. You guys are keeping me from doing my job here. I'm supposed to be filming. Man, what a day. Anyway, this is Delta Airlines flight 48, arrived from New York JFK, Airbus A330-300. Well, you can still see that it is a buttery smooth landing from over here. I hope you guys are hearing that too. The rumble from the reversers. So the sound also travels to this location quite well. Now, Mitchell, thank you so much for becoming a member of the Aurora Sky Lounge. Welcome, buddy, and thank you for your support. And also, a very big thank you to John for your super sticker per character, stretching his arm forward and raising his thumb up. Excellent. Glad you guys are enjoying. Hopefully you guys are liking the new location. Most feedback so far has been positive. Some people prefer the other location. Well, it's not that this is going to be a permanent location where I'm always going to be streaming from, but I'm just curious to see, is this one to keep in the roster? And so far it seems like that is the case. Let me quickly turn around, see the next airplane coming in. It is an Embraer 190 arriving from Brussels. And thank you, Catherine, for gifting yet another membership. And Maria, welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge. Thank you so much, Catherine. How many memberships have you gifted already today? That is upwards of 20 already or so. Incredible. Really, I think that is more than enough for one day. Thank you so much, Catherine. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon, and make sure to give a like to the channel and the stream if you're liking what you're seeing. It is getting a bit more cloudy compared with the beginning of the stream. We began with mostly blue skies and only a few clouds in the southeast. Now it's definitely a bit more cloudy. The sun is obscured from shining over here. Got some more cumulus clouds, I think they are called. Looking back to the north, mostly blue sky still. A few cirrus clouds here and there. And at the moment, no traffic to the Polderbaan. We'll have to wait a little bit. There is traffic coming to runway center in the meantime. And John, thank you so much for becoming a member of the Aurora Sky Lounge as well. Welcome to the club, my friend. Well, and Anonymous says that the new Max 9 is inbound for Polderbaan. Where is it? Where is it? Let's look overseas. I do see a Dreamliner. What's its expected time of arrival? Right. Thank you for the feedback, Rolf, who says I do like the location for a change, but actually I prefer the other one. Well, it's just a matter of not going to the same location each and every time. I was personally growing a little tired of standing at the same spot time and again, and particularly now that we haven't seen any departures from this runway for a prolonged period of time. Yeah, yesterday a few hours when the wind changed temporarily. But we have had southerly winds for a while now, and that's not expected to change anytime soon, unfortunately. Fireworks being set off. I think that might be because the bird controllers are also watching and saw that John was so kind to donate to gift 5 AMS Live memberships. Thank you so much, John, for your very generous donation. Thank you for the support, and welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, all new members. Now, I spy with my little eye we have a Hunter. All right, got another airplane coming in. It's not showing on flight radar, so this is probably the Max 9 then? Is it? So this is the new Max 9. In the meantime, thank you so much for your super chat, Jerry. I have my stopwatch timing nose gear touchdown. Right, that's a way to see how long the wheelie has been. Just clock it with a stopwatch. Are you also into fixing antique stopwatches, Jerry? Or just barometers? Dave A388, good morning, good to see you again. So we have the Raptor Rangers driving to chase away birds, and we also have Raptors in the sky hovering and hunting. So that was a Corendon Max 9, I think. I'm not seeing it on flight radar. I didn't have time to clear the filter. Let me do that just to double check. Yeah, that was the 787 Max 9 arriving from Seattle. Or is it? Has it stopped in between in Glasgow? Right, let's re-engage the AMS filter. Otherwise my screen gets a little too clogged up. Right, we have a 787-8 arriving from Curaçao from TUI coming in. There we go. Our next airplane. In the meantime, Preacher, thank you so much for your continued support. Celebrating 2 months of AMS Live membership. And Preacher says, nice to be back. It's good to have you, buddy. It's getting a bit warmer again with the sun out from behind the clouds again. So time to put the coat out again, and on the handle of the card I'm using, the utility card. I'm also getting a notification from PayPal. Willem Wanders generating a very generous donation. Thank you so much, Willem. I hope you're watching. That is a very big donation. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. I hope you are watching and listening in. Okay, Catherine has to go. We'll watch the rest of the show on the TV later. She says, thank you so much for all your donations, Catherine. Thanks for being here, and hope to see you again soon. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And hopefully we'll see you again soon. Right. I was about to say, let me alter the angle of my phone on my camera, but of course, first fixate the camera. The sun reflecting a little bit. Hopefully visibility on my phone screen is a bit better now. I think it is. Hey Helene, goedemorgen. Good to see you again. So this is TUI flight 356 coming in from Curaçao. 787-8, flight time 8 hours 25 minutes. Belgium registered, 8 years old, first flight January 2015. Hey Eddie, goedemorgen, good morning. Eddie says great location, some variation is always good. Exactly my thoughts. So, looks like this is a keeper at least for arrivals. I'm also curious to see what it will look like when departures take place from this runway. From this location at least. Hey there David, good morning, good to see you. Now, got another airplane coming in. A319, arriving from London Luton. EasyJet. Let me also take this moment to quickly update the ticker. Let's see what the weather has been doing in the meantime. The wind probably has picked up a little bit. I do feel a bit more of a breeze. Nothing spectacular, but just curious to see what the dominant wind direction is right now. It was variable before. It was expected to become southwesterly and it seems to have become southerly. 180, 5 knots. Otherwise KVK, nothing to write home about. 17 degrees Celsius. I'm updating the ticker as we speak. Pasting the new meter into the ticker. Adjust the font size and color and save. There you go. And indeed Yorkshire, it has been insane so far with donations, and I totally agree. Thank you all so much, all the people who were so kind to donate through all methods. What a day so far. I don't know what to say. It's humbling. And here's Dave with another to add to the list, long list of donations. Thank you so much for your very generous super chat there, Dave. Very much appreciated. Thank you so much. The next airplane is EasyJet A319, arriving from London Luton. All right, Jan Willem, thank you so much for your donation as well. PayPal also a way to support the channel without sponsoring YouTube so much. Thank you for that, Jan Willem. Right, Embraer 175 arriving from Bristol. And traffic is still going to runway center. It's now 11:30, and if I recall correctly, they typically go back to all traffic to Polderbaan around 11:40, and then around approximately 1 p.m. reopen the secondary runway. So, for those of you just tuning in, this is a new location. This is the northern threshold of runway 180. This is the Polderbaan, only a bit closer to the runway because the water is making a curve and we can stand a little bit closer to the runway. When you measure perpendicularly, normally this is the grass you would be standing in, but then more to the south. And very far in the distance is the official Spottersplatz parking place. I'm also having a look in my laptop tent, really close to my laptop screen, to see what you guys are seeing of people over there. I do see some people walking, but over here it is quite quiet, which is also nice for a change. And Eddie, thank you so much for your generous super chat saying keep up the good work, boy. I will definitely try to do that, Eddie. Thank you so much for that. Let me have a look and see. Traffic is still going to the center runway. I'm looking around to see if maybe there is something visible in terms of a runway check. I do see some lights further in the distance over there, but that doesn't look like... That's not the bird controller doing a runway inspection, is it? I think not. Right. Think this is the calm before the storm. Well, storm. I think in 10 minutes or so from now they are going to close the runway center, have all inbound traffic go to Polderbaan once again. In the meantime, let's have a look. We're still almost at the same distance from airplanes flying to the center runway. Let's practice and see what we can see of airplanes landing on runway center. Probably less than when located more southerly. Now the A380 is expected to arrive around 1 p.m. I hope it is going to make up some of that time and get here sooner. Otherwise, and count on it that we are going to see it go to the other runway. So we'll have to make do with what we can see from over here. And truth be told, I haven't checked out yet what we can see, how far we can follow the airplanes landing on center. So let's do that just now. Okay. And trees also from this angle interfering. Also the sound screens from the runway that runs in between. Looks like that is the most we can see. Also not seeing the airplane anymore. Although probably the A380 has a large tail, tall tail, we probably can see that. Larry, good morning. And Grace, thank you for joining. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy paradise. And hope to see you again soon. And Larry, good to see you. Nice cloudy backdrop against which this Embraer 190 arriving from London City is flying. Hey, and there, oh, that's a BizJet. I was about to say something is landing on runway 27, but that is a BizJet, so that is all right. Oh. You only have one task. Although, in the meantime, I'm also looking at flight radar, trying to see when the next traffic is coming. Well, visibility is good, that's the upshot. Oh, there is the main control tower. So where is that compared to what we are normally used to? Okay. Okay, so from this angle, the angular distance between two towers is a bit greater, because from the southerly spot it would be somewhere around there, but in actuality, from this point of view, it is a bit more to the left. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have some good news. Good spotted. Switching to autofocus so we can also bring it in the picture sharply. In focus. So there is wildlife over here in the water, albeit not as bustling as we're used to from a bit more downstream. Now, on the other side, the lawn beautifully mowed as we saw yesterday. It was nice to see those heavy machines being used to also clip the bits that are downward pointing. Looking further towards the tower and the fire station from over here doesn't seem to be very active. Although I do still see a little light. Yeah, but that is a truck, isn't it? Hoed for a koet. Right, zoom out. So looks like the next airplane is approaching the glide slope, arriving from Humberside. Also have a Dreamliner 10 that is expected. We'll have to wait a little bit before that traffic comes close by, so let's have another look at what is going to the center runway. This is Turkish A321 Neo arriving from Istanbul. Well, Anadolu jet flying for Turkish. Flight 7768. 3 hours and 14 minutes underway, so that's a bit longer than average for Istanbul. That's normally around 3 hours exactly. Or precisely. Now I'm still confused which one to use. Let me have a look on the other side. Right, got an Embraer coming in. Let me see if I can show where it is. There we go. Glide slope shots and wheelie beers. That's a good one. Don't tell me you're on the Jägermeister again each time I say the word glide slope, Jerry. Thank you for your super chat, my friend. Take it easy on the booze. So this is our next airplane. It is an Embraer 190 arriving from Humberside, and behind it should be a Dreamliner 10 arriving from Panama City, turning onto the glide slope. Now, are the clouds interfering with visibility? I think they might be. Let me also have a look on the laptop screen, see what you guys are seeing. I think that the clouds that have formed are now interfering with visibility, unluckily. Snower, good morning, good to see you. Well, that Dreamliner will show itself soon enough. No worries about that. Right, KLM flight 1486, Embraer 190 arriving from Humberside. 35 minutes of flight as we speak. I think we would recognize Captain Wheelie from this angle as well, if he were to make a record wheelie from the way, the length, and the fact that it's an Embraer 190. Thus far all the record long wheelies have been from Embraer 190s. Hey Sven, goedemorgen, good morning. Good to see you again. E2 Embraer 195 going to center, and in the meantime, where is that little tree? There it is. That tree sticking out really helps to find my bearings. KLM flight 758 arriving from Panama City, Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner, underway now for 9 hours and 17 minutes. The airplane is a year old. First flight was in June 2022. Think there's a Delta A330 coming next, or maybe, not sure what the Embraer 190 arriving from Hanover is going to do. I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised by the sound that the Delta A330 made as the earlier one we saw passed by. Still, the GE90s are the kings of noise when they pass by. Well, the ones mounted on the 777-300s and the freighters, to be more precise. The 200s also sound good, but don't have that whirring sound. All right, now you see the flex. And boom, now you don't. It's magic. Hey there, Judith. Good evening. Good to see you. Hope everybody is doing all right. New location here. This is the northern threshold of the Boulderbaan. The highway you see in the distance, in the background, is the A9 highway. Drivers to the left go to the north. Drivers to the right go to Amstelveen, which is basically a separate town, but exactly bordering Amsterdam. Now, where is the next airplane? I'm looking visually to see if I already spot something. Not yet. Got a little plane coming first, an Embraer 190 arriving from Basel, and number 2 looks to become the A330, said A330 from Detroit. Now, Sander, where exactly is that Stratotanker coming from? Now how close by will it pass over? There are some spots of blue sky, although there's more clouds to the north and also south of me. Over here visibility upwards is still relatively good. Judith already missing Amsterdam, having been there just 3 weeks ago. Did you have, well, 3 weeks ago? Yeah, I think we had good weather then. I think you were lucky, wasn't it, in that borderline heatwave period that you were here then? Right, we have a German Airways Embraer 190 flying for KLM, coming in from Basel. Flight time 1 hour and 5 minutes. 16-year-old airplane, first flight January 2007. Behind it is Delta Airlines flight 136, coming in from Detroit, Michigan. Airbus A330-300, flight time of the Airbus 7 hours and 17 minutes thus far. 16-year-old, and first flight was in April 2007. From the east, above Harderwijk. Okay, thanks Sander. So that is a bit more, little bit more to the north. Where is it? I'll have a look. Hey Wilma, goedemorgen. Or is it? Yeah, it's still morning. I said good morning and immediately double check if it is still morning. But actually it is. Right, well. Not seeing any contrails coming towards me just yet. But it is, as you guys can see, getting ever more cloudy. Let's have another look after the A330 has landed, shall we? And there's a triple behind it. Oh, more heavies. Poor us, having to deal with all those noisy big airplanes. Alright, Jerry, I'm assuming your timing. This looks like a nice one. Yeah. Well, the upshot is that you can also clearly see the touchdown of the nose gear by the puff of tire smoke. So timing the wheelie is quite easy to do from over here. Mailov says, enjoying the new location. Thanks for the feedback. So far, most people are liking the new location. Some have said that they prefer the other location, but it's okay. It's about having a portfolio of different locations so that you can vary it. I'm also very curious to see what departures will look like from this angle. Now, it seems like we will have to wait a while for that to test out, because thus far, looking in the weather forecasts, at least for the upcoming week, more southerly wind to southwesterly or southeast. Wind from the south, varying between southwest and southeast. This is KLM flight 736, arriving from Curaçao. 8 hours and 18 minutes of flight time. 777-300 ER. I'm shutting up. beautiful. The GE90 were of the 777-300s and freighters, second to none. Right. I do see a contrail twin jet. Let me see if it is the Stratotanker. It is above the clouds, but it was... Well, let's see. It should become visible again somewhere over there. Could that be the Stratotanker? Still behind the clouds. There it is. Is that it? I think it might be. You guys tell me. I'm not able to read your comments right now because the camera is pointing up, and that means that my phone with the chat on it is pointing down. I do think I recall the wing shape from earlier, so that could be a Stratotanker. Again, passing behind a cloud. I think it's going to be a while before it re-emerges. Let's not wait until then. Yeah, so the contrail was looking like it was a twin jet, but as you guys could see, it was in fact a quad. So I think it might have been it. Ah, it was the Stratotanker. Cool, nice. Hey Geert, goedemorgen. Good to see you. Hope all is well. That's a very good comment, Yorkshire. And in fact, if you haven't done so already, also consider subscribing, and if you do, make sure to turn on the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I go live again. Hey Johanna, goedemorgen. Yeah, just still morning, few more minutes. Good to see you again, back in nearby Haarlem. Well, I'm also standing a bit closer to Haarlem, or at least Schalkwijk. Got the radio tower at Spaarnwoude, I think it was. It's the train station if you come from Amsterdam. That is the one before Haarlem Central Station, where the IKEA is at. Yeah, that's Spaarnwoude, right? Right, time to take off the parka again. Sun is coming out again. Temperature is nice. And here is Choc-ky. It is the DAPRI, the Leysieffer chocolaterie, German Airways Embraer 190. Coming in from Cardiff. Having flown 54 minutes to now. The airplane is 15 years old. First flight was in January 2008. Tim, goedemorgen, good morning, good to see you. Navy Jack, good morning, happy Saturday. Frank says, Choc-ky, how I wanna play. I think that was Choc-ky with a U, wasn't it? Hey, what the F is going on here? This I'm not used to seeing. Just a coincidence that I'm seeing it, but the F is going on here. That is an airplane approaching, arriving from Bonaire. Now going into the cloud. Not sure what is going on there. Why is it moving over there? That's interesting. Okay, that is at least 1,000-foot clearance, but why? Where is it going? Is it going to land on runway 27 or what? Which runway has it been assigned to? WD computer, good morning. So, can anybody tell me what is going on with that A330? Oh, wait, it is turning north now. Okay, so probably ATC were getting a cup of coffee and they forgot to direct it downwind west of the runway. Or is it going to land on runway center instead? Because I am not yet... I'm not seeing any airplanes landing on runway center anymore. So I'm thinking this one might land on Polderbaan then, or... Interesting. Polderbaan. Okay, going to Polderbaan. Alright. Wow. That's an interesting approach. Don't see that very often. In fact, I think it's the first time I've seen it. Well, no. No, it is... Well, I think we might be able to follow the entire circuit then. Let's see if we can do that, shall we? Got an Embraer 190 coming in, so that's nothing too spectacular. It's now flying downwind, so we should be able to see it turn base and final. All the way, well, oh, yeah, clouds are interfering. Forgot about that. There it is. Then the next batch of clouds will probably be in the way. Yeah, I was afraid of that. So are we going to continue to see it? Oh, okay. So those clouds are more further back. Good. Oh no. Okay, well, forget about it. Forget about it. Embraer 190 arriving from Manchester. KLM flight 1072. Oh, are we playing that game again, Jerry? Doing a shot of Jaeger and a gulp of beer. Oh, you're doubling up. Man. That does not sound like something your liver is going to be very happy with, Jerry. Alright, so the A330 is turning final north of here. Let's have a look. What can we see? There is another airplane preceding it. And I think, yeah, there we have it. Right, so that is the A320 from Aer Lingus arriving from Dublin. And the A330 we saw just now would be turning onto the glide slope from the right, obviously in the distance at some point. According to flight radar, about now. Now, I'm not seeing it yet. I think that the cloud... Oh wait, there it is. Cool. In the bottom, center. There you go. All right. Joe asks, what is your favorite company? That's a difficult question. That is a very difficult question. I'm thinking, it's a good question. What is my favorite company? I think Good Company. That's my favorite. Kermit Airways, Hans says. I like the nickname. Shamrock Flight 604, arriving from Dublin, Ireland, A320. Flight time 57 minutes, 12-year-old airplane, first flight January 2011. And another photo bomb moment from the bird control pickup. K1 in the VW. Oh, that is way too far to the left. Right. So this is what it looks like right now. We do have a bit more cloudiness, although in general it is still all friendly clouds that you're seeing, but at some points it is getting a bit more thick. Now, the airplane we saw before a couple of times already, the A330-300 from arriving from Bonaire. Most tracked airplane on flight radar, followed by no less than 736 people, it says here. A330-300, KLM flight 767 has landed, is doing a little wheelie. 11-year-old airplane, first flight March 2012. Ollie asks which runway this is. This is the northern threshold of runway 18 right, buddy. The Polderbaan, just a different location, more northerly. Let's have a look. Contrail moving west to east, more northwesterly to southeasterly, but mostly west to east. It is already west east of me. Probably at the same latitude. Let's see. No, longitude. Longitudinal lines on the globe run horizontally, right? Or I'm always confused between the two. Also in Dutch, by the way. I'm sloppy in both languages. Right, Transavia 737 coming in from Preveza. Hey boss, good question. No idea. Maybe just ATC giving them different vectors for a scenic route over Schiphol. Maybe no particular reason why the A330 did the route it did. Hey Gerrit, goedemiddag, good afternoon, just about turned afternoon. Susanne, goedemiddag, good to see you. Frank wants to get Jerry pissed. Wants me to say glide slope very often. Kind of sort of take care of his liver as well. Cameramakers, goedemiddag. Navy Jack, good day. Campero, good morning. Campero, tuning in from Brazil, perhaps? Let me quickly edit the ticker and at least get rid of 18C for arrivals, because it is in actuality all coming to this runway once again. Now folks, if you're liking what you're seeing, do give the stream a like, and if you haven't done so already, consider subscribing. Make sure that you turn on the bell icon when you do. Keeps you updated whenever I go live in the future, if you want to see more of stuff like this. Next up, Embraer 175 coming in from Leeds, KLM flight 1542, and in the bottom left corner there is a Dreamliner coming as number 2. Have to say that the lighting with the cloudiness and the shade, at least on my camera screen, looks nice. Okay, got a flock of birds passing over me. Making some noise. Careful, because there's a big bird coming in quite low. Get the F out, will you? Dangerous. KLM flight 604 arriving from LAX. A 787-10 Dreamliner has been flying now for 9 hours and 25 minutes on this flight. The airplane is brand new. Began flying in May this year, so it's only a few months old. What a wonderful morning it has been thus far. Well, it's now the beginning of the afternoon. We're sticking around until the A380 has landed. Not sure yet which runway it is going to go to. Earlier I checked and it was expected to arrive around 1 o'clock. So in 15 minutes or so from now. I hope it has gain some more time and is going to arrive a bit earlier than that. then at least we have something of a chance to see it on this runway, but most likely, more likely than not, it is going to land on runway 18 center. I'm sticking around until it has landed, that much is certain. Got a 777-200 up next. KLM flight 696 arriving from Toronto, Canada. Flight time 6 hours and 32 minutes. It is a 777-200 ER. 19 years old. Its first flight January 2004. Joe asks what my favorite spotting runway at Schiphol Airport is. Well, that's a tough question because this is the runway where you see the most action, but the action you get to see when, for instance, Kaapbaan is closed at the threshold of 18 center, or when it is storming and you're standing next to the McDonald's and they're using runway 27 for both departures and arrivals, and you can also see the freighters land on runway 24, which is also something you don't often see. That is also definitely, that also has its allure. Got another airplane that is departing, passing over. However, we have 3 airplanes on the glide slope. Glide slope, glide slope, glide slope, glide slope. Up next, and the Embraer departing is interfering. Vueling A320 arriving from Barcelona. Spider-Man before the wings, in front of the wings I should say. Yeah, not a long wheelie. Also looked a bit tough, a bit bouncy on the main gear touchdown, but there you go. Right. Remco says that the ETA of the A380 now has become 1:15, so in an hour from now. So that means we are not going to see it on this runway. You can be pretty sure of that. Nothing unforeseen. It is what we most often see. Interesting to see so many birds hovering at altitude, so close to the runway. Out of the reach of the bird control vehicles. They're probably flying lower than the airplanes are. You obviously don't want to be on the front row seats to see a bird strike so close to landing. A330 taking off. Hey, Aphrodite, finally in time. Oh, finally got the time. Misread, sorry. Finnair A330 going back to Helsinki, I think. Sure looks like it. right. Delta Airlines, Flight 162, Airbus A330-300 arriving from Minneapolis, Minnesota. 7 hours and 38 minutes of flight time, 16-year-old airplane. Let's look and listen. Frank asks Aphrodite if she's family of Afrojack. Haha, nice. Right, so we did hear the reversers. Next up, 777-300ER. So we're going to hear that beautiful whirring again, that engine howling, for lack of a better word. KLM flight 682, arriving from Vancouver, Canada. Flight time 8 hours 38 minutes, 8-year-old airplane. Let's listen. Buttery smooth. Nice, nice, nice. What's the time on that one? And Jerry is measuring, he's timing the wheelie duration using a stopwatch. Always have to be precise. Jerry's our man to do that. Got another little twin jet contrailing from west to east, a little bit perhaps from south to north. Currently west of me and a little bit north of me still. I think it might be a, is that a 737? Not able to see the main landing gear. Winglets seem relatively large, so I'm thinking 737, but you guys can probably tell way better than I can looking on flight radar. Hey, Chris says the sound is really excellent. Thank you so much. I did an investment in a Sennheiser MKE 600, I think in spring, and I have to say I'm absolutely happy I did. Great microphone. The DJI mic also works well for voiceover. Ooh. Hey there, known as adventurers. Good afternoon. Wow, what a cloudy sky. Wow. In some parts it is cloudy. Over here we have a bit of clouds, but if you look to the west, for instance, it looks all happy and cheerful. Each quadrant of the sky looks differently. This is looking to the south, more moody. To the east, more moody. To the north, a bit more blue and happy. And the most happy and cheerful, of course, the people who are near the sea in the west. Hey, another 737. Well, the dynamic range on the Sennheiser is fantastic, and it also helps. I'm using an ATEM Mini switcher, so I can also tweak the sound of both the Sennheiser and the DJI mic. You have an EQ in it, you have limiters, all the other stuff. Was a whole new field of expertise I had to develop to find the optimal sound settings. Took me a long time. The video was really a walk in the park comparatively. Yeah, I needed to upgrade the mount, the tripod, but once I did, that was pretty much sorted. Have also found a way to optimize the ergonomics around the tripod, because you have to make substantial bend movements. But the sound was the most difficult part to get really in the ballpark. Aphrodite likes the new location. Thanks for the feedback. The feedback thus far has been very positive. Not everybody likes it better than the old location, but the vast majority seems to like this new location. So will be added to the repertoire for more repeat action in the future. Also, definitely have to go back here at some point when the airport, the runway is being used for departures, to see what that looks like. And in the meantime, Aphrodite, thank you so much for your ongoing support. Celebrating 3 months of membership already. Time flies when you're having fun. That is a good example of it. Right, listen in, listen good. We have another 777 freighter coming in, Qatar Cargo, arriving from Doha. 6 hours and 12 minutes of flight. Picture looks a bit dark with all the backlight. Hopefully the cloud now blocking the sun will quickly fly over. Now, oh dear. Jerry is no longer able to stand up. Too many glide slope shots. The next two airplanes are visible in the same shot. Talking about shots. In the foreground, the 737-800 from Transavia arriving from Lisbon, and behind it the 777-300ER arriving from Atlanta, Georgia. in the foreground. Transavia flight 5954, 13-year-old airplane. Flight time 2 hours and 19 minutes. Peter K asks, what is the longest flight to Amsterdam? I think Jakarta. I think Jakarta, Indonesia is the longest flight. Isn't that approaching 13 hours or so? I think that's the longest direct flight that we are offering from Amsterdam. Jack's Flights, Dean Schumacher is asking about... Afrodita has already answered the question. Infinity, goedemiddag. En Gerrit, I parked on the north side, Boezingen-Lieden. Still a significant walk, just under 15 minutes or so, but way better than walking up from the south. Right, 777 time. And indeed, Infinity, this is the northern end of the Polderbaan. Alright, let's have a look, shall we? Aero Mexico is also approaching already. Will be number 4 by the looks of it. Got an Embraer 190 and then a Max 8 from Iceland Air. And then a 737-800 from KLM. And number 4... Aero Mexico. Got the next 2 airplanes in sight. Beautiful backdrop of clouds. Third one approaching. Haha, nice. Beautiful. That might be a thumbnail for the screen, the stream. Motorcyclist passing by, which you might also pick up on the microphone, although it is a very directional microphone. You do sometimes still pick up ambient noises. Okay, Frank is correcting me. Buenos Aires apparently is further away than Jakarta is. They must be relatively similar, or Is it still a big difference? Hey Rifat, goedemiddag. Good afternoon. Hey Remco. Goedemiddag. Ah, you did hear the motorbike. I sometimes just say what I'm hearing, but I'm not entirely sure if you guys are picking up sounds that I'm hearing over here as well. Got my ears out on the side of my head, of course, but the microphone is very much focused on the sound in front of it. Iceland 737 MAX 8 arriving from Reykjavik. That beautiful new livery. It looks even more monotonous under the current lighting conditions. Oh wow, 13 hours and 55 minutes to Argentina. Tiger asks if Malaysian is still coming to Amsterdam. Only the cargo, only mass cargo, which technically speaking is Malaysian, but Malaysian Airlines, the passenger airplanes are not coming to Schiphol at the moment, at least to my knowledge. 737 arriving from Bergen. Up next, KLM flight 1186, flight time 1 hour 9 minutes. The airplane 23 years old, first flight was in July 2000. And Sueli, bom dia. Talking about South America. Brazil, also a big country. That years ago already made an interesting video that a lot of you will probably have seen already about how maps of the world totally depict wrong sizes of countries. Africa is depicted as being way smaller than it actually is. Russia and Canada and Iceland, Greenland are depicted as being way bigger than they actually are. Always nice to see videos like that. If you haven't seen it, definitely look it up. The true size of countries, I think it's called, or something. Brazil, incredibly big. Australia, also incredibly big. Africa, humongous continent. Russia, big country still, but not as big as the maps make it out to be. Same for Greenland, big on the map, but still big, but a lot smaller in actuality on the globe. Next up, Aeromexico Flight 25, Boeing 7878. Dreamliner arriving from Mexico City, flight time 9 hours and 42 minutes. The airplane is 10 years old already, first flight September 2013. When exactly did the first Dreamliner begin flying? Surely that mustn't have been much earlier than this. Indeed, Bina, Mercator projections. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, the mic picked up the sound of the reverse as well. Here in the field it was clearly audible at least. Right, another potential wheelie coming in. Delta Airlines Flight 144, Airbus A330-300. Flight time 8 hours 54 minutes, arriving from Seattle, Washington. The airplane is 16 years old. Its first flight was in August 2007. And wheelie and reversers. Now, JD, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships, saying time for new members. Well, thank you so much, JD. Absolutely unnecessary, but totally appreciated. Thank you so much for that. Welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge to all new members of the club. The club that has grown tremendously today with all the gifted memberships. Now, also, don't forget to like the stream if you're liking what you're seeing, and if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, consider subscribing. That way you can hit the bell icon and get notified whenever I go live again. Up next, ITA. No, not ITA. I thought it was ITA looking at the blue, but it is KLM. Looks darker due to the shade. Interesting lighting conditions. It is, however, coming in from Milan, which is also one of the 2 airports that ITA Airway is flying from to Amsterdam. And Frank, thank you so much for giving us an update of the whereabouts of the Emirates A380 just before Paderborn, ETA 1:15 p.m. local time, so that's still well over half an hour. Don't count on being able to see it from over here. Well, at least not. It will not land probably on this runway. Let me specify that. Most likely it's going to runway center, which will probably reopen again around 1 p.m. Before then, 777-200 arriving from Guayaquil in Ecuador. KLM flight 755. Flight time 10 hours and 52 minutes. The airplane is 19 years old. First flight of this airplane was in November 2003. And another MAX 8 from Iceland Air. It is peculiar, don't you guys think, that Iceland Air We'll have to look that back. Also nice lighting for a brief moment as the airplane passed by, and the blue was bright and the background was dark, so that might also form a nice, that has the potential to become a thumbnail. But it's odd, isn't it, that Iceland Air Flight 500 is the next airplane to arrive. So that is 2 737 MAX 8s that they sent from Reykjavik in, what is it, 10 minutes or so? Saw the same thing yesterday. Initially I thought maybe one of them was delayed, but it seems that this is just something that they do structurally. Weird, weird, weird. Now let's have a look at the pipeline. Iceland Air up next. Behind it, turning onto the glide slope from the left, is a 737 from KLM arriving from Madrid. We have an E2 Embraer arriving from Nuremberg, A320 from Vueling arriving from Alicante, and another 777-300 arriving from Accra. Oh, isn't that the destination normally flown by the A330? Well, I'm not complaining. Mrs. Professor, checking out, going to bed. Thank you so much for joining, Mrs. Professor. Sleep tight. Hope to see you on the next one. And if not on the next one, then sometime soon. Right, let's have another look at the weather, shall we? What is the latest meter saying? Somehow it feels like the wind is slowing down. We started, well, okay. Interesting. 190 degrees, 8 knots. So that has increased then, hasn't it? Yeah. Funny, because where I'm standing right now, at this moment, it doesn't feel like the wind has picked up. In fact, the opposite, I feel, is more likely. But there you go. I've updated the weather for you guys in the ticker. If you guys want to know what it means, let me know. Then I will take you through the letters and numbers. Very stubborn bit of cloud over here, blocking the sunshine when most of, well, a big chunk of the sky is still blue. 737 arriving from Madrid, KLM flight 1700. Where the lighting makes the blue of the KLM blue stand out, at least on my camera screen it does, making for a nice contrast. Oh dear, Jerry needs a shot. Getting sober. Well, let's have a look at the glide slope, shall we? Let's do that for Jerry. Got two airplanes on the glide slope. One has just turned onto the glide slope, the E2 Embraer 195, and if we are lucky, we might see a 777 enter from the left in the distance. Probably a bit lower than it is right now, or than the airplanes are right now. And Austrian Wolf gifting 10 AMS Live memberships. Thank you so much. That is a very generous gesture. Thank you so much. And welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, all new members. And oh boy, do we have a lot of new members as of today. It's been raining gifted memberships today. And I didn't bring an umbrella. Yunus! Good morning, man. It has been a while. As you guys may or may not recall, Yunus was that king that flew back to the United States a few weeks ago, torching 3 lights. The business class seat he was sitting in the A330 from Delta. I'm doing well, Yunus. Thank you for asking. Different location here today, as you have probably seen already. We caught up a bit more downstream or upstream, depending on which way you look at it. Now standing at the threshold, where the water also makes a little curve, so as the crow flies, this is a bit closer to the runway. Here we have the approach lights. Ricardo is tuning in from Rhodos in Greece. Good afternoon. Are you on holiday? Hope you enjoy your holiday, man. E2 Embraer 195 arriving from Nuremberg. KLM flight 1884. I still sometimes look back at your departure, Yunus. It was so great. 3 lights. Totally made my day that day. That was a true boss move of you. Ah! Got the PHBVA also coming in. Ah, it is the PHBVA that was flying from Accra to Amsterdam. There we go. It is the 777 that we all know and love. KLM Orange Pride livery. 777-300 ER. This time flying in from Accra. Flight time 6 hours 14 minutes. The airplane is 15 years old. First flight January 2008, and that is exactly the same age as the Leysieffer chocolaterie German Airways Embraer 190 is. Not seeing the next airplane in the background yet, so let's look and listen. Yes, Remco, this is the PHBVA. And it is from Accra. Tiger asks a good question. Why is KLM not orange? Why did they choose blue? I do recall having heard that somewhere. There is a reason for it. I know I've heard or read it somewhere, but also having a look. Got another triple from China Eastern, passing us by in a few moments. Going to Shanghai. Standing a bit awkwardly, but it would become a bit better to follow as it moves further north. As you guys can see in that part of the sky, beautiful blue skies, and no sooner have I said it and it vanishes into a friendly cloud. Alright, the next airplane is coming in. Let's have a look. Lot Embraer 195, not an E2 195 but a regular 195, arriving from Warsaw, flight 263. Flight time 1 hour and 45 minutes. An Embraer 195 long range, 16 years old, first flight January 2007. Alright, Cor, goedemorgen. Tuning in for an hour of watching the show. Well, you do that. Sit back and relax. We are going to stick around for less than an hour though. It has to be said. Going to be around until the A380 has landed, which is expected. What was it, around 1:15? Or let's have a look. Hey, Smackaroni. Good to see you. And thank you for becoming a member. The sun will come out soon by the looks of it. And in the meantime, Top Air Portugal coming in from Lisbon, an Airbus A319. A lot of corrections. Despite that, nice wheelie. Lengthy one. Yeah, nose wheel touchdown. Interesting. Alright. As the sun is creeping out from behind the little remnant of cloud that has finally moved to the east. I think in Dutch we call this a wolkenstraat, literally a street of cloud. You can sometimes see that lines of clouds form in the direction the wind is blowing. I think this might be one of them. Right. 737-800 arriving from Rome, KLM. And thank you so much, Aphrodite, for your very generous super chat saying nice new location. I'm glad you like it, and I think most of the people do, so excellent. We'll definitely go back to this location more regularly. Would be nice to see what it looks like when departures take place from over here. And also, you guys made great suggestions. When there's crosswind, how would it look like? What would it look like when they are crabbing and doing crosswind landings? I think this is a prime location to be seeing the crabbing and last-minute corrections. I recognize the nose instantly. This is the Peter Pan Vakantieclub, especially from Transavia. Holiday Club is what that last word translates to in English, which I think organizes vacations for children that are sick, so that's a nice cause if it still is active. And Emirates already confirming what we thought would happen. A380 going to center. Doesn't come as a surprise. We'll see what this new location brings us in terms of being able to follow such a behemoth as the A380. Earlier in the stream, when trying to follow a smaller jet, it got lost against the windshield, or whatever it is called, the soundproofing around the runway. Now the A380 is much taller, and the tail particularly, so I'm curious to see how much we can see of the landing from over here. This place is less optimal to see traffic land on runway 18 center than further to the south. But you can't have it all, and I think we all know that. Right, let's have a look. Embraer 190, Embraer 175, Embraer 190, A320. That is what constitutes the pipeline right now. And there's number 2. Alright, only 2 airplanes visible in the same shot, okay. Bit more distance between the 2 than I thought would be looking on flight radar. Okay, Embraer 190 arriving from Toulouse in France. KLM flight 1302. Hey, now it no longer says the flight time. I was too late with pressing on the label on flight radar. I thought that issue had resolved. Yesterday had no issues with it, and now all of a sudden it seems that I have to be in time pressing on the labels, otherwise I'm not able to see the flight time anymore. Alright. Thank you so much, Peter OVNL, or Peter OVNL, for just becoming a member. Welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge. And also a very big thank you to BZN Pilot, BZN Pilot, who says, love your channel, keep up the good work. We'll definitely do that. Thank you so much for your kind words and for your generous super chat. BZN used to be a music group we had in the Netherlands that was making very typical music that people from the village of Volendam used to make. Paling pop is what we call it in Dutch. There's no translation in English that makes it sound better than it is. Paling is, I think, eel. Don't think there's another word for it. So eel pop. Volendam, a village where a lot of fishermen live, going out to fish for eel and other stuff. Hence the reference, eel pop, paling pop. Well, let's not linger too long about their musical thingies. And Tiger. Also another super sticker from Tiger. Per character stretching his arm forward, raising his thumb up. Thank you so much for that, Tiger. Again, it has been above and beyond with all the donations and gifted memberships in particular. Thank you all so much for such generous support today. I really don't know what to say. It is humbling. I'm taking it as a sign that you guys are enjoying the content, and that's good because that's also what I intend to reach. Have fun. Watch some planes. Always nice Dutch backdrop, cloudy skies and whatnot. Today is no different in that respect. We began with a nearly blue sky and look at what it has grown into right now. This is the east, this is the south. The west still looks good, probably sunny when I get back home. And the north. Let me turn back the camera so that the camera wires don't get tangled. And have another look at what is coming. Where's that one tree? There it is. Oh, and there is the next airplane already. Air France A320 flight 1640 arriving from Paris Charles de Gaulle. 45 minutes of flight. Right, well, I haven't seen any traffic go to runway center yet. Have they opened up runway 27 instead? No, everything is still coming in. Come on, A380, hurry up. Nah. You guys already spilled the beans and told us that the A380 was going to go to center. It is already close by. Still a couple of airplanes to Polderbaan before traffic to center begins. I think the first airplane to traffic, the first airplane to runway center is now flying base. I think there are one or two preceding the A380. This is Vueling arriving from Valencia, Airbus A320. Thank you so much, JD, for gifting an AMS Live membership. It's been one of the many, and I see that Catch01 is the lucky person who was gifted the membership. Welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge. Anton apparently has to go. Thank you for joining. Fijne zaterdag, you too. And see you later. Alright. Let's have a look. I'm hearing another airplane behind me. (737-700) KLM flight arriving from Copenhagen. The A380 is approaching mainland of the province of North Holland. Got a few more airplanes to capture over here first before it will become visible. Here's that one tree. Really easy to have a tree as a frame of reference, a protruding tree. The next airplane is another 737-700 from KLM arriving from Stockholm. KLM flight 1108. Its flight time right now 1 hour and 39 minutes. Got the next airplane now in the bottom left corner behind it. That looks to be an EasyJet A319. Not far behind the A319, but a bit more to the east is the first airplane to go to runway center. TUI flight from Zakynthos, I think it is, ZTH. I think number 2 will be the A380. Right, the Emirates is flying base, and the EasyJet A319 is coming. I think I have the A380 already, holy moly. Let's see, where is it? There it is. Yeah, got it. Turning final for runway 18 center. All the way up north. If you look on flight radar, you can see just how far north it is. Visibility is good. I have to say I'm surprised by being able to see it. Really thought that these clouds would interfere in the foreground, but apparently these are more higher up than I initially thought they were. Well, the EasyJet A319, I figured, let me see if I can show you guys both in the same shot, but unfortunately I did not succeed in doing that. But here it is. Last airplane of the show today. Number 3 worldwide most tracked airplane on flight radar, followed by no less than 756 people. This is flight 147 from Emirates, the daily A380 between Dubai and Amsterdam. Now normally this airplane takes about 6.5 hours to get here. Today the flight time so far has been 6 hours and 40 minutes, so a bit more headwind than normal. This is a 9-year-old airplane that had its first flight in December 2013, and at the moment it is number 2 worldwide most tracked. 772 people watching it on flight radar. 828 people right now. Landing gear has already been extended, you can see it whenever the clouds provide the right backdrop. It is a standard livery, it is the old standard livery. AMS Live members have access to the latest iteration of the standard livery with the ribbon tail. No special liveries, so we're not missing that much in that respect. Then the mouse asks, do you think they open 18C specifically for the A380 every day? Well, I'm not sure if that is something they would do. I did check with a friend that works at Emirates if they have a special contract with Schiphol or anything, and he was very clear in saying that they don't. Now, that doesn't mean that to keep the people in Dubai happy, Schiphol isn't proactively being kind and throwing them bones, but I think it is just coincidence because we also see it land on the Polderbaan if it is ahead of schedule. Although the other day we did miss it when it was in fact ahead of schedule. Now most of the time it is running late, so it's only exceptional. It is exceptional to see it land on the Polderbaan. Now the upshot, the silver lining is that we are able to see it quite well from over here with the zoom of the camera. Right, the airplane is now #1 most tracked worldwide. More than 1,000 people are watching and following this airplane on flight radar. 1,072 people. The tail as a shark fin above the waterline remains visible between the trees every now and then quite well. I think this is the point where we are going to lose it. It's now a point further. Just curious to see if maybe we can pick it up again. Yeah, there it is. Of course, a lengthy rollout. Yeah, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. New location. Most of you liked it. Thanks everyone for the feedback. This is one to keep in the roster for now and then. Switch it up a little bit. I am going to wrap it up now. This was the last flight for today that we have filmed. I am looking to go out again tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much. It has been a stupendous day in terms of donations, memberships, flying back and forth. So many people donated, and I don't want to do anybody short by forgetting to mention them by name, but all of the people who were so generous to donate memberships or super chats or super stickers or super likes or PayPal. Thank you all. From the bottom of my heart, what an amazing day it has been. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And thank you all so much for watching. If you like what you saw, give the stream a like, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated of upcoming streams. I'm looking to go out again tomorrow, weather permitting, but I think we're going to be good. Today I saw that Kaagbaan is a bit difficult to access because of road blockage, so I think it's going to be Polderbaan again tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing you then. Thanks moderators for keeping the stream yet another day a safe and friendly place to be in. Thanks all. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Hope to see you tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then hopefully later next week. For now, I'm gonna say goodbye. Take care and speak soon.